Greetings, family. Salam alaikum. Alafia. Peace to my gods and earths. Free the land. Uhuru. Sakpase. Que pasa? Chihatamo. What's up? What up, family? Welcome to another episode of Grunt TV. I'm your host, Malik Shabazz. I'm just coming online real quick for a little quick tick because I've been scouring the news about what's going on in this the United Snakes of America, and I thought I'd just weigh in a little bit because there's a lot of stuff going on, and I try to stay away from stuff that is not so important. So I'm just gonna make a few comments about a few things, just like that. Just one of the things I want to address is this whole mandate, forcing vaccine mandate. Look, family, y'all can do what y'all want. Again, I said this before in another video. You can do what the fuck you want to do. All right. Me, I can't tell the only time I can't tell nobody what to do. But the only time I can tell somebody what to do, if I was in a military formation and I was like a colonel or something, and I had men or troops under my command, then I could tell them what to do. If they're in an organization that I'm the head of that organization, then I can tell people what to do. Aside from that, I can't tell you what to do. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell anybody what to do. All I can tell you to do your research. Now, I was watching a clip on Comedy Hype News, and Brother Rizza Islam was one of the guests, and this another guest was Pierre's Panic or Pierre, and they were discussing about this whole thing about the vaccine. Now, this is the deal. We cannot, first of all, like Brother Rizza said, we cannot trust this government. But let me just pause there for a second and let me just say this, because this is how everything begins. When I study, this is the way I start out. This is my starting point. Dr. Frances Cress Welsing has taught us, may she rest in power, that when you analyze any phenomena in America, it has to be analyzed within the context of racism, white supremacy. Okay, so now that's where I start out. That's my starting point. Okay, now they coming off telling you on the news that they doing this because they looking out for your health. Now, what fool in America believes? Oh, let me just say this: what fool who's black or brown believes some dumb shit like that? I mean, you gotta be a fool. You gotta go out of your way to be dumb, to believe some dumb shit like that. Because America has never cared for black people. America has never cared for brown people. When it was whipping the people up in the border in Texas, they tried to they put the term in Haitian, whatever. Okay, I'm not saying they're Haitian or they weren't Haitian. I'm saying they were black people. And this is how black people have been treated in this country from the beginning. Okay? So now, again, to understand a lot of this stuff is going on, you also have to understand the economic system that the racism, white supremacy system goes under, which is capitalism. Okay? And whenever capitalism capitalism is always in crisis, because it is the crisis. But when it's openly obvious to most people that something's going on economically, they basically they try to blame other things other than the system of capitalism. Okay, so now capitalism is dying. It's an economic system that can no longer have any life anymore, because it's destroying people and the planet. So we have to really be careful, about what comes out of the mouths of these people on the news. MSNBC, Rachel Maddow, Wolf Blitzer, and the rest of those clowns. Let me tell you straight up, they nothing but motherfucking liars. Okay? Now you can believe what you want to believe. I don't give a fuck, but they nothing but motherfucking liars. Okay? They paid by the system. They are the system. The corporate news is not part of the the system. It is the system. You know, it is the system. In fact, they spend, people that are trying to do ill to people, pay these clowns much mega money to sit up there and lie. So again, and then so now you got people basically this whole COVID thing is getting to a point where it's almost like a religious craze. You know what I'm saying? Why you ain't wearing a mask? You should wear a mask. Or why or I ain't went just all this shit. Look, again, I'm gonna just tell you what I did. I wore a mask when I had to go to a store, when I had to buy something that I had to get, and I had no choice but to put that mask on to get into the store and get what I gotta get. But the minute in fact, even before I'm out the door, the minute I touch the door to come out, I pull that mask off. That's just me. I'm not telling everybody to do that shit. Don't, just do you, okay? But the biggest thing to hear is fear. They just want you to fear, And again, we gotta, we just gotta, like I said, man, if we gonna change this shit, we gotta mentally separate, psychologically separate from this whole demonic system that we live in. I'm talking about starting off with the small things. You know what I'm saying? When name brands on your body. Puma, Adidas, and all that fuckery. Man, fuck all those motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Make your own shirts. You know what I'm saying? And their holidays. This is a bunch of stuff, that I just wrote a book and it's about to get published. But like I said, I just want to come out for for a tick and just rant because this shit is getting so fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? So fucking crazy. So again, let me just go on my notes really quick. Let's see what I got. Let me see what I wrote here. So yeah, like I said, again, and another thing you want to pay attention to is that whenever Republicans and Democrats in this one party system, which is a tyrannical system, basically it's a game of musical chairs. You know what I'm saying? So, peoples, we need to organize. We need to get the knowledge of self. And we need to teach our babies that are coming into this future the real deal. Now, a message to all those out there who have the ability to leave. I suggest that if you ain't down for the revolution and you ain't down to get on the front lines and do work and organize the people, you should get the fuck out. Because there's going to come a time they're going to lock this motherfucker down and ain't nobody getting out. Ain't nobody getting out. So again, I know I'm a little bit all over the place because I just took a little bit of notes, man. I just wanted to come in for a quick tick and just kind of like and just rant. You know what I'm saying? Because this shit is getting so crazy. People, like I said, they got mass Nazis out there. Why you ain't wearing a mask? I'm like, man, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Why you wearing a mask? When we've been told by other doctors that shit don't even fucking work. Now people taking these shots and they still catching the COVID-19. So what the fuck is the sense of taking the shot? What's the sense? Again, I ain't telling you what to do and what not to do. All I'm saying is that, you just gotta think this shit through because I'm telling you, man, there's so much shit going on, so much hype, and so much verbal diarrhea that it's confusing the people, and that's one of the major tools that the enemy has to confuse the people. So, we gotta just, like I said, man, get into these books, man, organize the people, start having these conversations, look, if these motherfuckers can plan out crashing planes into buildings and knocking down buildings with dynamite, you know what I'm saying? And just killing people outright. You think these motherfuckers really, really, really give a fuck about your life? Whether you die from COVID-19 or not? It's not about them caring about that shit. It's about the new world order. Which basically is getting to a point that America is going to be one big, huge, dystopian psychiatric ward. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, the white man has not produced anything that's of any value to anybody. You know, yeah, we got cars, okay. We get around in cars. I drive a car, but do cars really do they cause harm? Of course they do. All the fucking fumes that come out that motherfucker. You know, when there was a chance where they kept the railways, which used electricity, which would have been a lot better. But Firestone and Standard Oil said, "Fuck that. We buying up all the railways. We're gonna knock all them shits down. Everybody's gonna buy cars." Okay. So again, you know, they build dams and they destroy the natural flow of water. You know, you got motherfuckers, you got the Walters trying to buy the Colorado River. I mean, really? Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you to talk about you gonna buy the Colorado River? That shit don't belong to you, cracker. That shit don't belong to you. You know, privatizing water like that shit belongs to you. That's the kind of shit that's going on, man. You know what I'm saying? So anything that comes out of fucking white America's mouth, you can rest assured that that shit is no fucking good. That shit is no good. They came here in the 1600s and this land was pristine, the rivers was fresh, I mean, everything was in balance, and these crackers in less than 200 years, less than 300 years, these motherfuckers are fuck shit up. The fucking lakes are fucking poisonous, the fucking fish got motherfucking, what's that fucking thing? Basically, it's poison. I forgot it may come back to me, but you know, I was talking to I was interviewing brother Houston Cypress for the Miccosukee Nation, and he even talked about how the fish over there are poisonous because of the fucking lead and all the shit or poison that they throwing into the goddamn water. You know what I'm saying? So again, look, y'all can do what y'all want, man, but in reality, man, if you ain't on that revolutionary shit, like, you know, really, like, you know, disgusted, I mean, genuinely disgusted by this fucking system and everything that it produces, you know, a system that has fucking 3 million people in fucking cages. You got babies on the border in fucking cages. You got people in the borders being beat down and rounded up with fucking horses. Men up with white crackers on horses, whipping them like this was fucking, you know, the days of slavery, which slavery never ended, just in case you were wondering. You know, they just rearranged the whole package. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all want to believe all that shit, y'all go ahead, man. But I'm telling y'all now, you know, the shit is ill, you know, and it ain't gonna get any better. So again, my suggestion to all y'all people out there, you know, if you listen to this, you may want to consider, you know, getting yourself a little storage space. If you don't have no space in your house, maybe you do got space in your house, maybe you want to create a big area where you can store water and canned foods and batteries and first aid stuff and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, hopefully that can, you know, they can hold you over for at least 2 years, you know, because this shit is not going to get any better. You know, and my heart hurts when I watch these youngins, these babies, going to school with fucking masks on. You know what I'm saying? When you got these motherfuckers, comedians and shit like that, and other people of high profile influence, you know, coming on TV telling motherfuckers to get that vaccine. You know, being paid to tell motherfuckers that shit. You know, again, I'm not telling you to take it, and I'm not telling you not to take it. I'm just saying that if America has been beating on black and brown people for the past 600 years, and all of a sudden they woke up yesterday and said, you know, let's help the people, let's take this vaccine because I don't want them to die. Really? Really? So my hat is off to Brother Rizza Islam, because the brother, like I said, the brother, when he talks based on knowledge. The last clip I saw him, he been studying this shit for on the vaccine stuff for like 7 years. Okay, I ain't even been studying that shit that long. I'm just now looking into this stuff now because it was made public. You know what I'm saying? But I know one thing for sure: I got a little common sense, And I know that this cracker don't give a fuck about nobody. You know what I'm saying? How many motherfuckers die from motherfucking cancer every year? How many motherfuckers die from fucking alcohol and being alcohol related deaths in car crashes and other shit? You know? How many motherfuckers die from diabetes? Okay? If they really care for that shit, say, well, diabetes killing a lot of people. Well, what's causing diabetes? All this fucking sugar. So let's create something with no sugar or less sugar. They don't give a fuck about you, man. They don't give a fuck about you. Pac said it in one of his albums. I said it in one of my albums. George Carlin said it in one of his skits. They don't give a fuck about you. Okay? They don't give a fuck about you. So, again, to all my people out there that know me, you know what I'm saying? Just do your research, man. I'm not telling you what to do. I ain't the motherfucker. I ain't the one. I ain't the one. What I'm saying is that I know for a fact that in my past 30 years of studying America, world politics, geopolitics, and movements and stuff like that, you know, there's no reason why I should believe any motherfucking word they say. I'm sure all of y'all out there remember the story about the boy who cried wolf. You know what I'm saying? I said this before. You know, oh, the wolf is coming, wolf is coming. People come out there with their pitchforks and their machetes and their rocks and shit like that, the little guns, you know, to help the boy become, from being, help the boy from being eaten by the wolf. Come to find out he was just joking. He did that shit 3 or 4 times. The last time I said, yeah, man, fuck that motherfucker. Ain't no damn wolf gonna make me get out my motherfucking bed at 2 o'clock in the morning to help this motherfucker. Ain't gonna do is just fucking, ain't no wolf. Well, the motherfucker got eaten by the wolf, and it serves him right. And it serves him right, okay? Because one thing about me, like I said, I ain't got no malice in my heart. I don't want to see nobody suffering. You know what I'm saying? There's no need for nobody to suffer. You know, it's just like I said, man. We live in a cruel, vicious, demonic system that is so fucking demonic that the average person can't even wrap their heads around this shit. It's so fucking ill. Even me, I with all the studying I done read, all the places I done been to, all the countries I've been to, all the states I've been to. You know, sometimes it's hard for me to wrap that shit around my fucking head. Like, god damn, these motherfuckers is just straight cruel. You know what I'm saying? Straight cruel. Locking up our soldiers like Mumia Abu-Jamal, Mutulu Shakur, you know, Leonard Peltier, you know, Russell Maroon Schultz, you know what I'm saying? These brothers like fucking 80 years old, 70 years old. The fuck won't you let them, you know? The reason they're not letting them out of prison, even at that age, even though they damn near half blind, like Leonard Peltier. I was watching a little clip today on the Real News Network. You know what I'm saying? He's blind in one eye, got diabetes, got prostrate. You know, why they don't want to let him out? Because the influence that he may have on other people, the knowledge that he can pass on to other young people about this system, and they don't want them talking to nobody. That's why Leonard Peltier is from the Dakotas, and they got him locked up down in motherfucking Florida. You know, where his family came. You know, that right there. You know, how the fuck you gonna lock somebody up and then put him in a prison a fucking 1,500 miles away from where he lived at, where he was arrested from? I mean, they do that shit on purpose, man. That way his family can't come down and visit him. Family and friends. You know, how many people got, you know, the opportunity to drive from South Dakota, North Dakota, all the way down to damn Florida to see a loved one for an hour and drive all the motherfucking hours back? Who got money and time for that shit? You know, a lot of motherfuckers got that kind of time. You know, again, man, like Malcolm said, man, by any means necessary, we gotta take this. Like I said, you know, take this system. First of all, it starts right here. It starts right here in your motherfucking mind. Put a list on your fucking refrigerator of everything that you want to cut out. This cancer that's in your body, in your mind. Cut it out. You know what I'm saying? Cut it out. You know, because if not, man, you just go, you know. And it's a shame because we got a lot of brothers and sisters who got money. You know, we got athletes who got money, both male and female. You know what I'm saying? And this shit is so fucking crazy. It's so fucking crazy. You know, they going after Dave Chappelle in his last stand-up he did on Netflix. You know, he talking about nobody give a fuck about brothers talking about killing brothers on a motherfucking record. But the minute you hurt the feelings of a fucking gay person or transvestite, transgender, whatever the fuck they want to call themselves, they get their feelings hurt, and anybody want to jump on the fucking bandwagon and talk about, oh, fuck Dave Chappelle, cancel his ass. Really? Just because you hurt your motherfucking feelings? I'm gonna say it right here. If you was born with a motherfucking dick, you a man. You were born with a pussy, you a woman. I don't give a fuck what you say. Now you got the right to do what the fuck you want to do. Believe that shit. But don't expect me to participate in that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And don't you find it kind of ill? Look, they gave Muhammad Ali more fucking trouble for changing his name than they gave Bruce Jenner for changing his sex. And that's who the fuck he is. It's Bruce Jenner. Ain't no motherfucking whatever the fuck he call himself now. He's a fucking dude. He was born a fucking man. Okay? Now, for those out there, you want a little bit more information? Go to Democracy Now! And put up Tyrone Hayes in the search box. He did an interview on a chemical called Tricine, I think it was. But it was a chemical that was he was asked to do tests on by this company called Syngenta. Look it up. Look it up. And look at it and check out his findings. This shit, they put this shit in the fucking food. And y'all motherfuckers out there talking about, you know, look, like another person, real quick, because I'm about to get off. Kim Brown, burn it down with Kim Brown. Yo, I love, her sister been, you know, she dropped a lot of shit. I listened to her. But when it came down to that whole thing with Dave Chappelle on that, you know, on that thing, she's dead wrong. She's dead wrong. She don't understand, you know, she needs to read some Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. She needs to read Yurugu. You dead wrong, sister. So I'm saying, just look, everybody. I could be wrong too. There are times I say stuff that I go back and say, oh shit, I was wrong about that. Let me come on. That's why I say, if you leave your comments, and I find out that somebody said I was wrong, I come back on live and I say, yo, this person said this and this and that, and I was wrong, and I'm correcting myself. So I'm telling you, sister Kim Brown, burn it down with Kim Brown. Read Yurugu. Yurugu by Dr. Marimba Ani. Read the ISIS Papers, The Keys to the Color by Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. Read Neely Fuller on his book on racism. Read those books and then look back and let's take a step back and look at the community. I mean, don't you find it kind of odd that, you know, look, I'm 57. When I was coming up, yeah, there was gay people here and there, you know. But now, my problem with this shit is that they trying to promote this shit like it's okay. They telling babies, if you don't want to be, if a baby's born a boy, you know, and I seen this on Oprah, so I know this shit goes on even more. You know, babies 5, 6, 7 years old talking about, you're a little boy, he talking about, I want to be a girl, and you encourage that shit? Fuck that. Fuck that. That's right, I said it. Fuck that. Okay? If you want to be that way, that's cool. If that's the way you feel, that's cool. But don't tell motherfuckers that this shit is normal. That this shit is okay. You know? Like these motherfuckers up in the temple of hip-hop. Poisoning the fucking temple of hip-hop with all that fucking bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So again, my peoples, again, I title this, you know, I don't know, you know, fucking rabbit in the hat. You know what I'm saying? Trickery, fuckery, you know. But again, like I said, look, do your own research, man, and do what you feel, you know what I'm saying? But I know the people out there, the true revolutionaries out there, you know what I'm saying, the straight black power, who ain't falling for the okie doke, or like they say, the banana in the tailpipe. That's right, y'all falling for the banana in the tailpipe. But hey, look, we have voices that are way more influential and more, way smarter than I am. That are here today, and that have been in our past. You know, like Garvey and Malcolm and Abiso and Lolita. You know, and Douglas. You know, Elijah Muhammad. You know, Muhammad Ali. Voices much more, brothers and sisters, much smarter than I am. Much wiser than I am. And they couldn't, and they too had a hard time, you know, convincing the people that this system is all wrong. But the ones who actually will really make an impact and became real dangerous, where they at? They're locked up behind the wall. So you think about that shit right there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm signing off because like I said, I just wanted to come on for a few minutes and just drop a little something, you know, because this shit is crazy. So we gotta, like I said, this system must fall. Capitalism as an economic system must fall. White supremacy system is falling. It is falling, and we have to help it along as much as we can. But again, this is not about individuals. This is about organization. So organize, work in community, tell your people the truth. And when you find yourself in error, correct your error. Tell the people that you made you was an error, you corrected your error, and just keep it real. And let the chips fall where they may. So y'all, on that love, peace, one love. Oh, again, like I always sign off. As far as solutions, again, my solutions is simple. Study, read books, get a study group. You know what I'm saying? If you're in different states or in different places, get on Zoom and do a study group on Zoom. Ain't no fucking excuses. Take your children, you know. Stop being all these parents out there, you know, and elders that ain't got much. That they got a little time on their hand. Stop being so fucking lazy and teach and take your babies out of these fucking schools. You know what I'm saying? Take them out of these fucking schools and teach them yourself. It's the only way, because if you start trying to teach children the truth when they're 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 years old, you're going to have a hard time. You're going to just like bang your head against a goddamn brick wall. So, stop being fucking lazy. Open up your space in your apartment, in your basement, in your living room, wherever the fuck, you know, and take these children under your wing and teach them. Because it's the only way we're going to change this system. But if you leave this system, if you leave your children to be taught by this system, another generation is going to be fucked. So, peace out. One love. Black power.